Right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of the day it is for you. For me, it's 25 past 1, and it's a Friday of some degree. 7th, I think. Oh. No, 17th of June, and you join me in Wiltshire. Off to the New Forest. And I will be meeting up with Big Pezza, Phil 480, Hippo Drones, I believe Curious Goose, and me, Pezza, Hippo Drones, Phil, Curious Goose, and one more person I believe. I don't know who it is. So yeah, I just come down the Moto, as you can see, mainly because I got all day. He says he's got all day baking alive. And he wanted to bring me a slightly different way than what I usually come. Roll with today. I've been on the road, I don't know, probably about 10 o'clock this morning. And I got 69 miles left out of 193, I think it was. And yeah, it's just a weekend away, camping. The weather's good today, it's supposed to be hot but wet tomorrow, and the same on Sunday, which I don't know why I expected any different, because I'm with Pez. It's like the rain god or something. Anyway, it's about 25 degrees last time I looked. It was a good couple of hours ago, and oh, can I feel it. I have no jumper on underneath, it's just my jacket with all my zips undone, my armoured jeans, my summer gloves, no thermal liners, they're completely out. Oh, I didn't think that was the right road, but it is. Yeah, and I'm also coming, ooh, a bit lower than I need to be, also coming this way because biker pics are going to be out on Sunday on the return journey, and they're going to be on a road that I have programmed in the map. So I want to come down and scout the route as well to see if it's a good ride back, and so far it's followed a lot of what I usually ride. But it's been good, it's been good. I did stop, I did have a break actually, I had to take my jumper off, so I just put a hoodie on underneath when I left. It was a bit chill. I just left it undone, and oh, bye. I think I stopped about 12 o'clock. Yeah, I was in need of that stop. I did stop at Clarkson's farm. Not by, it wasn't a planned stop basically, but because of the Moto's algorithm, it usually takes me past the turning. I just if I want to stop, it'll be a good place to stop. Yeah, it was nice. I've got the Hawkston's lager. I picked a bottle of that up, I thought I'd treat myself. Got that in my pannier. That will be tonight's beverage. I might have it after I get the tent up. Where do I going? 80 feet down here. I just had views like just rolling hills. Obviously I came down through the Cotswolds and over Valley of the Horses. Was it Valley of Race Horses? I just thought, yeah, I'd get a quick intro in because I'm going to try and do this as one big video. I'm going for a long form content. It's that warm. I've been riding with the helmet flipped up. Oh, yeah, being a little horrible. So I'll switch off here and I'll check in when we get to the campsite and we'll see who gets there first. Right, so according to Moto, we're 2 miles away. And I've timed that well because it's school kicking out time. Ooh, great. Lots of traffic then. Now I've come a different way through the New Forest, way I'm not too familiar with. And I actually enjoyed it. It was a nice quiet stretch. Now it says road ahead closed, but I'm unsure to how far down it is closed. So I will just keep going until I have to pick another direction. One of the things I've learned over the years, especially if you're on a bike and it says road closed, you can normally get through. Obviously being on a bike, you're a lot more nimble. I know where I am. There's a Tesco Express. Oh, that's a royal pain in the rear end. That was where I was going to get petrol from. Huh. Bummer. I do see a Facebook message in my notifications, so I'm assuming Pezza's got there. But we will see. Anyway, it's too hot with my front down, so I'll just flip it up, engage it up, and we'll see who's there at the campsite. Huh? ABS, I can outdo that. And that's the one thing I forgot to pack was shorts. So you're gonna get me walking around in my boxers instead. Right, so it's the following morning, and yes, it's looking a bit more cloudy than yesterday. It currently feels cooler than yesterday. And we're off on a up to Salisbury, Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum, a cafe, not in that order, and yeah, that's Pezza's plan. Last night was entertaining. We did a episode for the PP. I think it's the PP. I should know, I answered that question. And it was a game show style thing based on Big Pezza's videos. And I won't reveal too much. All I will reveal is that I won. And I won a prize. Which, if you want to know what the prize is, you've got to go and listen to the PP. So, yeah, that was the evening podcast game show entertainment. And we had barbecue, which Pez, Goose and Pete went and got the supplies, but could not find a barbecue in the Tesco's they went to, because apparently Tesco's around here have a policy where they don't sell disposable barbecues, because you're not allowed to have a barbecue in a New Forest, and everyone is probably an idiot and will do it. So Tesco put a blanket ban on selling it. But never fear, McCoy's had the, McColl's had the solution. Me and Phil went and got some a couple of disposable barbecues. I gotta admit, I do like coming down to the New Forest. It's a shame it's so far away. And yeah, that was burgers and sausages we had last night. I did try one of Angus's homemade homemade burgers, and oh, you'll have to watch this video, but oh god, he made two. He ate one and couldn't eat the other one, so he had half of that, and me and Pete had the other half of the half. We had the quarter each, and oh my god, that was beautiful, but it takes far too long. So yeah, that was that antics. I know Pete got his GoPro out, so there might be some antics there. And yeah, it was just a general night of putting the world to right. I think one of the things they say is never talk about politics, and we discussed that. But I must say a very big thank you to Angus for allowing me to use the mighty Sinis terrain as a paddock bike, because the stretch to the toilets was quite a walk. Well, we were going to go that way, and then there's a lot of horses in the way, so I think Pez is going to loop back round slightly. By the looks, via a gravel path. And I bet you would have all, yeah, they've all virtually moved now. So typical. Annoyingly, there's a lot. We're going through a lot of fords, but there are not got much water in them, so the bike's not getting clean, which it so desperately could do with. just riding over little bridges. So yes, in front is Phil on his Tiger 800, Curious Goose on the Sinis Terrain on 125, and obviously Pezza is on the CT 110, which has a 125 engine in it, and then Pete is on his tow rag, or his Tuareg. And the further north we're getting, the wetter the roads are looking and the greyer the cloud feels like it's getting. Oh, look at that one go. He's quick, I'll give him that. He's stupid, but he's quick. Right, so we well and truly, I believe, have left the New Forest, and we're just riding between some rolling hills. I was trying to switch the camera on to get the best bit, but you got the tail end of it, so yeah, sorry. I'll go straight over here anyway. What is nice around here is the amount of poppies, wild poppies you see. We did stop in the New Forest and we did waterproof up, which I thought at the time was a dumb idea because the sun came straight back out. But yeah, now definitely for the size of them as they hit me, quite big drops. There we go. On your left, ladies and gentlemen, if the drift will pick it up, is Stonehenge, and that's the byway that we were going to use closed, which is a bit of a bummer, which I think is because, as I say, I saw a sign for the Solstice Festival. I suspect that is why they've shut all the byways off, so people can park up further away and walk somewhere safely, because pedestrians are very important and should take priority over everything else. On the bus side, we got by. Ready? Right, so, Jesus, Pezza took us to Choppers, and we're heading off to the Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum, and the plan is, well, what is happening is, because Pezza is only good for about 40 odd miles an hour, he said if the big bikes want to go ahead or take a more direct route, then the big bikes can, and he's been to Sammy Miller, where Pete and Phil haven't, so he's going to meet us there. And Phil's beeline wanted to take him through Salisbury, and Google Maps doesn't want to take me through Salisbury, so we've elected to go for the very direct bypassing Salisbury so that we don't get caught in traffic. And yes, that's the plan. So somewhere down here we should catch up, hopefully, with Pez and Curious Goose. Right, so we're nearly at the Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum. To be fair, it's been a pretty boring route. Mostly, there was a little bit of scratchy stuff. Just sort of backtracking on ourselves a bit, but the last bit that we've just done has just been A35 behind a camper van really. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest route in the world, but it certainly meant as we've got down here in good time. I just don't remember it being this narrow to get down there. Yeah, come down around a couple of places that I've been, and it's been a nice ride. We were actually, no offence to Pez, not so much to Goose, but obviously being on bigger bikes and being able to open it up in places and come through some of the 50s at 50 and a little bit more. But it's mean we got here in nice time. And that's part of the trade-off you have with riding small bikes and riding with small bikes is time. What you see, say 30 minutes, is not 30 minutes. You're talking 45 minutes, 50 minutes, so that's a bit. There we go, look, Motorcycle Museum. Hey. Oh, car parks. Motorcycle, straight on. Right, so we didn't go in the Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum. Basically because of how late we got there, but we did stop for cake and coffee, which was part of the original plan, so it did partly go to plan. And we're heading back to the campsite. Phil and Pezza are going to get some ice to chill the beers that we've got. And then we're going to go out later for chips and just have a chilled night and try and dodge the rain. But to be fair, as we've come south, the rain's sort of shifted and it's got warmer again, so yeah. Pezza and Phil have gone for ice, and me, Goose and Pete are heading back. But to be fair, Pez and Goose were only, I don't know, 5-10 minutes behind us. So we depart. Pez left first, followed by Pete and Phil. Pez was actually had his tent down by I think by about 8 o'clock, because the rain is due to come in at 10. Considering it's 10:30 and me and Goose are leaving, We're going to be we might be lucky. I've gone with full summer attire. I might be regretting that choice later, but my waterproofs are easy to get to. But yes, a good time was had. So me and Goose are heading back up to Choppers because biker picks are going to be there. And since it is another Honda Super weekend, my pictures will be free. And to be fair, I'll have to see if I can get a bit of footage of how loaded Goose's bike is, because holy moly, watching him pack that up was painful. And we think he's actually at the weight capacity of that bike. But Goose was umming and ahhing about coming, since it means then to get back he's got to do a lot of big roads to get back to his neck of the woods. I was just saying, you have a backrest. Ah, because the crossbars. You need some highway pegs. Yes. Oh, that was a one train job. We could have probably made it through the crossing, to be fair, but I thought it would be cooler. Just one of the small details of riding around back scratchy lanes where the train lines go. Just to stop and watch the train go by, because why not? I mean, to be fair, it's been a nice run up so far. We've still got 35 minutes to go. There's a bit of traffic round, well, I say a bit of traffic, there was a lot of traffic around, I think it's Lindenhurst. I'll put the correct place up. And me and Goose did some filterage, and I know that bit, and yeah, Goose found it hilarious that there's two lanes. There's a whole, I'll put a Google Maps thing on. And there's two lanes that go all the way round, but there's a massive double keep clear section, like right before the point where you need to switch. So for filtering it's great, because you come all the way around on the left, get onto the roundabout, just tuck in. It doesn't matter if you don't, because there's a cycle path up to the side. And yes, you can get away with some filtering there, and we probably saved about 15-20 minutes straight off 15-20 minutes. So we're mostly retracing our steps back from the Sammy Miller Motorcycle Museum, just because of where things are located. And neither of us had any breakfast this morning, so yes, I'll see you again, and I'll be home by 10. According to this, I'll be home at 3:10. Yeah, I won't. See you later. And there goes Curious Goose on the mighty sinister terrain that has far too much stuff packed on it. Probably, we don't actually know. And he's making his way back down to the south coast of Devon. No, it was really nice to ride the last little bit up with him, and yeah, we will have to try and coordinate a trip with just me and Goose. Let's just hope calendars align and we're all good. So the plan for me now is to head out towards Oxford, grab the M40, grab the M42, and then I will home, sweet home, where I can do my washing, possibly dry my tent out. I have changed into my Alpine Stars gloves because they are a bit, they're not very waterproof because of that, but they will be a bit warmer on my hands for the motorway. And yes, I will end the video here because there's not much more to add. So yeah, what do I need to say quickly actually whilst I think about it? Thanks to Pez for organising it. I know because it was a Pateron meet technically. We paid to be there, but whatever. But yes, thank you for organising it, Pez. Thank you for the cracking ride and route choice through the New Forest and areas. You did an amazing job as always. And I will not thank you for making me want a CT now that I've seen it in person. And obviously Hippodrome's Phil for coming and being company, and Goose for the company, and the 12 pack of eggs that are in my pannier, since he brought a lot of stuff to cook and forgot about it and timings. But yes, thank you for the 12 eggs since he had no room to get them back. I'll be eating pancakes for breakfast, lunch and dinner. No, to be fair, I'll probably give them to my neighbour. I'll give some to my neighbour. So yeah, and all of me say, ride safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next video, whenever that may be. Probably 10 years time.